Hello, everyone. Welcome to Better Talks. This is Rahim Mansa Kalon. I'm here today with a very special guest, and I'm going to allow him to introduce himself to the audience.
Hello, everyone. My name is Swire Ho from Garuda Promo. People also call me the promo guy. As you hear from the name, I'm in the promotional product industry. What I like to tell people what I do is I help the brands to create mini advocates, also for them to grow sales, and then really to turn their customer into a raving fans for the brand.
Just out of curiosity, how do you end up having that name?
That's a good question, right? My name is Swire Ho. If you know the name, it's spelled Swire. It's not a difficult name to spell or pronounce, but if you haven't heard the name before, sometimes I'll get call from people. They end up not having trouble saying my name. So instead of that, because of my industry, I gave myself the hashtag the promo guy. So this is more catchy. And then if I always use the word Swire hashtag the promo guy, it kind of people remember it.
Oh, okay. Thanks for sharing that. My first question to you is most times as entrepreneurs or small businesses, our target audience tend to be very broad. And we think that everybody's our target audience, everybody's our customers, everybody's our consumers of our product or services. I myself have made that mistake in my own business. So, with your insight, how can we go about identifying our target audience to be able to engage them specifically?
Well, that's literally $1 billion question, right? So if you're able to find your ideal client and to know the pain point, know what they're looking for that you can help, then you basically solve a lot of the question or the challenges in a business, but we want it all, right? If we're a restaurant, everyone needs to eat, so our target is everyone. If you sell marketing service, everyone needs marketing services, then you're targeting everyone. Yes, but what I like you to consider if you have been in business for a while, what I would suggest to do is look at your top 10 client. So these are people who buy for you and spend the most money with your company. Can you answer me who are they? Are they a particular job title? Are they in a particular industry? Or are there particular pain point that you help them better than your competitor? That's why they spend the most money with you. To build a list, if you haven't done it so far, is always to look at who you like to work with the most or who spends the most money buying your product and services, and then see, can you find other people who are similar with the title, with the geographic, and sometimes maybe in the industry that you could build up a list. So that's where I would suggest listener to build their target audience list.
This leads me to the question of customer retention because, as you said, you examine your loyal customers, you observe those customers who are loyal, those customers that constantly come and buy from you, able now to identify, yeah, this particular type of customers are the ones who are into my product, are the ones who are using my product or my services. Most times we want to retain customers, but we don't know how to go about attracting them to be a loyal buying customers. So what is that process from the attraction stage to making customers loyal or retaining them for good?
Well, let me tell you a really inexpensive and no cost way to do it is you call them, you ask them, you talk to them. So a lot of time, and listener, really think of about your real life experience. How many times did you get company or people call you after you purchase from them? Chances are they might send you an email, you might get a coupon, but rarely are, we get a call from our actually point of contact to ask, are you happy with our product and services? Are there any ways that you can think we can improve? And, really, if they point out things that they would have wished you to do better, are you able to fix it? Chances are if you're able to do those simple steps, you already are creating loyal customer because 99 of the companies out there nowadays don't do that.
Customers feel like they're just there for transaction reasons and they feel like they don't have a voice. But when you make them feel matter, when you make them feel essential, they will be able to trust you and be loyal to you because I don't think people can just be loyal to you because business is human relationship. As much as yes, there's a financial aspect of business, but you're dealing with human beings. Your customers are human beings. Your employees are human beings. Your suppliers are human beings. So human relationship is very key. Now that we have discussed how do you identify your target customers, and you have explained to the audience how can you retain them. Now the question I have for you is that how can you turn these customers to become mini, like you said, you used the word mini advocates.
Well, first, when you call them, a couple of questions, if you have never done this before, will be, it's a very simple question, but you have to be patient. And if they say things that you are not expect to hear, don't try to be defensive. You got to ask them, customer, you have a lot of options out there. The world is big. Obviously, if you're in business, you have competitors. Why, with all the choices that you have, you choose to work with us? Can you tell us more about that? So this is when the time you want to record it, you want to write it down. And if you hear 2 or more customers who say the same thing about you, that will be it. That will be a niche. Maybe they will say you're funny, or you are, better response than other people, or you have, really perform with integrity with, the level of services that we do. Then that will be your niche. And after you really do that, then you really want to play into it, because a happy customer might be happy, but if without you telling them, they will not tell everyone. Versus if our customer is unhappy with your service, they will tell all the world about what you have done for them.
Yes.
Might or might not be true. But what you wanted to do is create a path for a customer to refer you to the friends, or maybe if they work for a bigger company, they will want to tell others, their colleagues, about what you have done for them. So then you not only you can sell it to one department, you can actually facilitate the entire department. And then one way we could do as a promotional product company is offer them incentive, is offer them a branded product with your logo that is clever, that your target audience would like to use. So then they will actually use your product, or actually if you send them like an apparel item, for example, they'll actually wear it. And when people ask them, where did you get that nice t-shirt? You actually prepare them for the tagline or the mission statement for your company. So they actually become walking billboard for your company.
Oh, thanks for sharing that. Speaking of your company, I should have asked you what type of company you're engaged into. Is it a promotion-based company where you guys like sell promotional materials, or can you tell us more about your company?
Thank you. We're a promotional product company. So what we do, people, when they think about our industry, they use the word swag, which is one of the words that we don't use. It's called stuff we all get. So instead of throwing everyone with your logo pen, what if you change your mentality to only service your ideal client? Because, I like when we begin our conversation, Brahim, to identify people who are important to our business, our top 10 client. Obviously, you wanted to spend more money on your top 10 client than versus everyone. So once you develop the strategy, you can actually go into the mindset, because we talked about, what type of people are they? What type of title? Then you can answer the question, what do I buy? Because a lot of time customer come to us, what kind of promotional product do we buy? Everyone buys a pen. Do we buy a pen? Then my answer to them is, it depends, right? Tell me more about your target audience. Are they people who work in the office every day? Are they stay-at-home mom who handle, the life for the kids and the household? Or are they outdoor people who are on the go every day? So the more that you know about your target audience in your marketing, not only in promotional product, in your SEO, in your content strategy, or in your ad buying process, then this is the only area that we need to focus on, because there's where our target audience is. You don't really have to worry about everything else, because you're focused, you're targeted, you're in your niche. That's why you asked all that question, to prep yourself to actually filter down the funnel, knowing that exactly who you should go after.
Most times as entrepreneurs or professionals, we attend business networking events, and sometimes we don't capitalize making sure that these professionals or business owners can become a prospective client.
That brings into a big question. What I would suggest, if you haven't done a lot of networking, is to prepare, even write down what you're going to say. So when people ask you a simple question, what is it that you do? I don't want you to go on to the next 5 minutes to tell everyone about your entire life. You need to be focused. If this is a business networking, you should only focus on one thing that you do. Even though your company can offer a lot of offerings, focus on one thing, because if I meet you for the first time, not only I have to remember your name, I have to pay attention to you. If you're telling me 10 things that you do, you kind of lost me. But if you focus on one thing you do best, and there are two ways too in networking. That person might not be your prospect. If it is, good luck to you. If it's not, then you can also ask them for example, for myself, do you happen to know a company or a contact person who like to engage in events and to purchase promotional product? So they might know other people who they could refer you. So a lot of times when we know that a person that we met at networking is not a prospect, we kind of become rude sometimes, and then sometimes we just walked away and we don't want to engage that topic. That person might know the ideal client that you have. That's why going back to your ideal clients now, you need to know who your ideal clients are. Say, I am looking to meet so and so in this title, in this type of industry. Do you happen to know anyone in this event that I should talk to? That you can actually use the conversation that you have to find the right person that you want to talk to. So you have to keep all these little things in mind, and I'll suggest do write it down and practice for it.
Tell us, how can we achieve return on impression when using promotional products?
That's a great question. The ROI in promotional products stand instead of return on investment, we call it the return on impression. So that means that over the lifetime of that promotional product, it could be a pen, it could be a t-shirt, or it could be a tote bag, or any other material that you choose to put your items on. How many impression or how many eyeball does it have it encounter? So that's why the billboard on freeway is still very effective if you have the right audience, because people drive through the freeway every single day, they see your billboard. Versus when you go to, let's say, a concert, or when you go to like a industry event, they always give out t-shirts or hats, because they know that when you are back from your event, you're going to wear the t-shirt. If it's a nice quality apparel, you're going to wear it on. And then people will ask you, how is that event that you attend? How is that concert that you been to? And, so then if the message is right, and if you really know your target audience, then people can recite what they have learned at the event. So in turn, actually become, the mini advocate that I was talking about. Your cost is just for the item that you find targetly for this audience.
Before we wrap up, can you tell the audience, in case they're interested in your company, in your services, how they can reach out to you?
Oh, thank you, Bahim. If you wanted to find out more about promotional product and how we could turn your customer into mini advocates for your brand, visit our website at garudapromo.com. It's GARUDA promo.com. And you can always find me on LinkedIn. Type in Swire Ho, hashtag the promo guy, you'll find me. Or if you just want to learn more about promotional product and some of the articles that I wrote, do a Google search for same term, Swire Ho, the hashtag the promo guy.